We are live for another edition of Pride and Passion Baseball Talk. I am your host, Amir Shiraz Ortiz. Uh, Follow me on Facebook, Amir Shiraz Ortiz. On Instagram, Poppy Ortiz02, and on the Twitter, Poppy Ortiz02. We are in the heat of the summer. People, it's hot out there. It is hot out there. If you don't know that, trust me, it is hot out there. I'm trying to get comfortable because guess what? We're gonna talk some baseball for at least the next hour. Let's get it going. Let's get it popping, as they say, right? Uh, yeah. Pride and Passion Baseball Talk. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for following. Those of you that are sharing and following, thank you. Follow the All Sports Matters podcast on Facebook and YouTube. Um, yeah, we're trying to get settled here, make sure everybody's good. That way I don't miss any questions, any conversations. We're still learning as the weeks go by. This will not be the 30 minutes of Yankees talk as much as I like to. I'll talk 30 years of Yankee talk. Y'all let me, right? Welcome again. You know, the summer usually brings what? The Major League Baseball All-Star Game. And I'm going to jump right to it. Reason being, let's be nice. Just for you, Fleck, I'm going to start the National League for a change. And your leading vote getter is Ronald Acuna Jr. Now, with that being said, it's not even fair. You know, this is the epitome of popularity. You know, the popular vote, the population is not the population vote, is the electoral college, as they say. You know, I'm not gonna get into politics. I just throw that joke in there. Not fair at all. But it's not fair. It's not Acuna's fault, I should say. You know, a great ball player, amazing baseball player. The charisma just oozes off. You know, as Razor Ramon once says, oozes machismo. That's what he does. Ron Acuna is he is an amazing player. You didn't have to vote on burner accounts. You could have voted on the same one. I think I voted for Judge about 20 times on my main one. And I'm going to get to the leading vote getter here in a moment. But I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to show everybody that I'm not biased, that it is fair, that, you know, we do talk about everybody. We welcome everybody. I want to make sure I get these facts, I get these numbers right. But Ronald Acuna is your leading National League vote getter. With that being said, he's already in. He's in. So what is the significance of today? Today is in less than 24 hours, the polls close. Okay? With that being said, with the polls are closing, get your players in there. Get your players in the All-Star game. Now, this year's a little bit different. I believe they've been doing this the last few years now. They have what they call finalists. Okay? Phase one is over. You got your top two vote getters from each position, and the outfield is 4. And they move on to the All-Star game as the starters. Tomorrow's 2 p.m. Eastern. Actually, technically, 1:59 Eastern. The polls close at 2 o'clock. Is the last time you can vote for your guys. Okay? Yes. 5 times per account. He got 40 accounts. 200 votes for Ronald Acuna. Good job, Fleck. Got him in there, and who knows if he might even play. He might be hurt. We don't know that. You know, there's a bunch of all-stars that get voted in, even though they don't play, i.e. like Tatis. Heck, Ozzy Albies from the Braves, since, you know, I guess we're picking on National League right now. Just right now, we're picking on National League. But yeah, so Acuna's in. So let's go. Who else might be in? And I am going to jump. I'm just going to do the National League. We're going to do the National League. And here we go. As you can see on the screen, these are your National League All-Star Finalists. Okay? We're going to do a little bit different today because, you know, usually we talk about your power rankings. We're talking about, you know, your standings. And yes. And again, it's not my fault that the Yankees are 1-1-1-1. Okay? I'm sorry. I talk about the best. And it just happens to be the best right now. Hopefully that carries on. And see, I got distracted because of you, Fleck. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the best and their positions based on the fan votes, okay? Based on the fan votes. Now, a lot of these are pretty much a wrap already, okay? It is a wrap. And I got my phone here because I got numbers to show you guys, or to tell you guys, I should say. And as you can see on the screen, these are your finalists. Now, one per position when it comes to first, second, third, shortstop, catcher. Okay. Now, you know what? Let's start catcher. The Cubs and the Braves. The Braves, I think, got 5 finalists. If I'm not mistaken, you guys can look on the screen now. I believe they got 5 finalists. Atlanta's been voting. They might not vote for a president, but they vote for their all-stars. Now, they got 5 finalists. Now, Contreras is at 64% as of right now. So I would write him in. Wilson Contreras, I would write him in as the National League catching all-star. Now, he's got to look out for it because 9 times out of 10, he will no longer be a Cub by the end of the month. So, as we discussed last week, the trade deadline is August 2nd, I believe is what we came up with, is that Tuesday, August 2nd. And I do believe Wilson Contreras will be out of Chicago. He's been a, as they say, a monument, a pillar. Rizzo's gone, Bryant's gone, and a Baez. Those are the 4. Baez, Javier Baez, gone. Leaves Wilson Contreras as your 4 pillars of the Chicago Cubs. I do believe he'll be gone by the trade deadline, and Travis d'Arnaud is your runner-up. I don't even believe Travis d'Arnaud will even make the All-Star team, to be honest with you. But these Atlanta fans, they're voting. They're out there voting. So, hey, they say your vote counts, your vote matters. Obviously, it does here. Let's go to first base. First base also running with it, even though these 2 guys will be in the All-Star game regardless. One will be a starter, one will be replacing the other guy. And that's Paul Goldschmidt, who I believe is the front runner to the MVP. And quite possibly his runner-up in the MVP is Pete Alonso. Okay? So Goldschmidt to Pete Alonso. Excuse me if I pause for a second. The Boston Red Sox just hit a home run. Yankees 5-2. Big series in Boston. Yankees and Red Sox. By the way, I got to focus. The game is on. It's kind of hard. I'm looking through my screen behind me, but it's all good. We're going to get here. You know, Alonso has 22 home runs, Major League leading 69 RBIs, but Goldsmith is leading the league in batting average. So it's a powerhouse. These 2 guys, man, 1A and 1B, MVP, 1A, 1B, All-Stars, 1A, 1B, doesn't get any better. Here is where I believe voting for your favorite fails, okay? At second base, we got Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Ozzie Albies. Now, this is not a knock on Atlanta. Chisholm is hurt as well. So you have 2 injured players. One will be a starter, and neither will probably play the All-Star game. Albies is already out until probably August at the earliest, if not the rest of the season, depending on how his foot heals. And Jazz Chisholm got a lower back strain, so he's out indefinitely, might be out through the All-Star break. An amazing talent. He's an amazing kid from Bermuda, by the way. Look it up. It's from Bermuda. Or is it Bahamas? Where's my statistician? Fleck, where you at? Bermuda's or Bahamas? Okay? No, it is not a Beach Boys song. It's one of those. Bermuda, Bahamas, come on, pretty mama. Jazz Chisholm from one of those. Now, they're both on the injury list. But here's a fun fact. If, and I do believe it's a big if because he will get voted in, he'll be the 5th Marlins to ever start an All-Star game. Yes, we know the franchise is still young. I believe 2001, 2002 is Bahamas. Boom. See? I love when I'm factually right. That's oxymoron. I'm supposed to be factually right. Either way, Hanley Ramirez, Giancarlo Stanton did it twice. Marcelo Zuna did it twice. And Gary Sheffield started the All-Star game for the Marlins. So he'll be the 5th Marlin to ever start. Granted, it might only be on paper, but it is on paper with that being said. Now, here are, I believe, could be 3 and 4 in the MVP race at third base. You got Manny Machado and Nolan Arenado. Both, you can't go wrong both. You want to start a franchise at third base, you can't go wrong with either or. Nolan Arenado, Manny Machado, and the votes is exactly 50-50. So I implore you guys, for the people that watch it, people that share it, we got less than 24 hours. 2 p.m. tomorrow. 50-50. Nolan Arenado, Manny Machado. Machado is coming off some nagging injuries, so expect him. Or actually, did come back last week. So, man, this is insane. So, Arenado has started 5 straight now. I want to throw that out there. Arenado started 5 straight, whereas Manny Machado is trying to become a 3rd-time starter in the All-Stars. So, doesn't get much closer than that. Or does it? Because at 50-50 is your shortstops. Dansby Swanson and Trey Turner. Come on. Dansby Swanson is not Trey Turner. Stop, people. Atlanta, stop. Put your trigger fingers down, Atlanta. Please. As good as Dansby Swanson has played, and he has, he is not Trey Turner. Trey Turner is definitely levels above Dansby Swanson. Now, neither has started in an All-Star game. So keep that in mind. For one or the other, they both will be starting their first All-Star game as shortstop. An amazing feat. That is an amazing feat for Dansby Swanson and Trey Turner. Let's go to the outfield. Now, we already said that Acuna is in. He shouldn't be, but he's in. Got it. He's in. We got 4 remaining finalists. Mookie Betts, Jock Peterson, Sterling Marte, and Adam Duvall. Come on. Adam Duvall. Why did I start National League? Why did I go to the National League? And this is giving me a headache. Atlanta Braves fans, whether you're in Alabama, North Florida, South Carolina, I guess that whole region are Braves fans, right? It's a big region. Tennessee. So there's a lot of states that root for Atlanta. I get it. I do. And Atlanta that franchise has been huge. What, 23 straight playoff with Bobby Cox? So that's huge. But Adam Duvall? Come on, man. God, I need a buzzer or something. Either way. Mookie Betts is leading the way, thankfully. Mookie Betts is leading the way at 36% of the vote right now. So it'll be Acuna and Mookie Betts. And Jock Peterson is at 31% of the votes. So those look like to be your All-Star starters. Jock Peterson, Mookie Betts just came back yesterday and actually hit a game-winning hit with his first game back. So Mookie Betts is back. Now, Starling Marte is very deserving. Very deserving. Huge pickup for the Mets. I like Starling Marte. He went from Miami to Oakland. So, and then traded to the Braves. The Mets. Keep talking Braves left and right. That giving me a headache. Jeez. Atlanta, I need to pipe down, calm down, and stop voting for these players because I do not agree with Duvall even being top. You know how many outfielders should be there? Miami has a few. Soler, Sanchez. Come on, guys. Really? Schwarber. Technically, he's outfield, I guess. Bryce Harper should be there. Man. Granted, he's hurt. He can't play. I get it. But we're voting for players who are there and can't play anyway. So there's at least 25 outfielders better than Adam Duvall. Come on, man. And, okay, here's Bryce Harper. Forgive me. Yes, I was literally about to say that. They got him at DH, and he leads the way. I didn't even look at it. I'm looking at it now. This is the first time I'm looking at it. Bryce Harper's at DH. I skipped it. Forgive me. It's the first year. The National League has the designated hitter. Okay, moving forward, that's how it's going to be. Um, William Contreras, the Atlanta catcher, or DH, obviously DH. Wilson's brother is at 43%, but Bryce Harper will close it out. I don't think William Contreras will get put in as a reserve. That's just my opinion. They'll probably pick. Now, mind you, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game is the only All-Star Game that has that requires mandatory one player per team has to be put in. Okay, so keep that in mind. So when a person that might be better than another, just remember he was the lone representative for that team. So keep that in mind as we move forward and you look at your all-star teams. I'm pretty sure the reserves will probably be done Sunday, if not sometime next week. But count on Sunday. Baseball Tonight will probably do that. And those are your National League. And I start National League because, everything I do or have done to this point is what rule are you asking? There's a question that says, do you agree with that rule? What rule? Oh, the baseball. No, I do believe every team should be represented. I do. It's a collaboration. It's an exhibition. Why not? You got a player like Cedric Mullins from Baltimore. Might be good, but might not be good enough. Even though he's a stud, he gets to represent Baltimore. You got a kid like Bryant or you got Chris Bryant from the Rockies, who probably struggling, or the team is struggling. They get in there. Ketel Marte will probably represent the Diamondbacks. Teams like that are it's hard to get a player in there that they're good, but nobody talks about them because I don't really believe that there's any teams in the major leagues right now or even ever that doesn't have an all-star. If we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, we're looking at the Cincinnati Reds, and we probably put in the pitcher, Maul. What's his name? Tyler Maul. I believe I said it right. Or the Oakland A's, who's statistically the worst team in the major leagues. You put in Montas, their pitcher. Luis Castillo from the Reds as well is doing okay. So I do believe at a major league caliber team there are all stars. I agree with it. And if you're a fan of a local team like the Baltimore Orioles, the Cincinnati Reds, the Pittsburgh Pirates, Arizona Diamondbacks, Oakland A's, you want to see your team represented. You want to see your colors on that field somehow. You want to see that orange and yellow of the A's. You want to see the black and orange of the Orioles. It's a pride thing. I have pride in my team. The Yankees were bad in the late 80s, middle to late 80s, beginning of the 90s. All they had was Don Mattingly. And Don Mattingly went to the All-Star game. He's quite possibly the best first baseman of all time, who up until his last season, it wasn't even him, never would have made it to the playoffs. So mind you, that's a pride thing. I'm a prideful fan. If my team can't make it, I want to see my team be represented. So it's crazy, and you got teams. Well, I'm gonna get to the American League. You know what? Let's get to the American League. We kind of dragging here, and this is the all around Major League All-Star vote getter for Irish reasons, and I'm not gonna just stick to it. I'm not gonna harper on it. Aaron Judge, 30 home runs before the All-Star break. Leads the major leagues in runs scored, not RBIs, but what can you say? 30 home runs, 64 RBIs, batting 287, 65 runs. So he's in, and I'm gonna keep this gravy train going. Okay, I'm gonna keep this, and look, I understand that bigger markets are going to flood the All-Star votes. They are, and you know what? It's okay. Nothing wrong with that, unless you're the Atlanta Braves. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. I had to get that in there. But in this sense, for the American League, Uh, it was the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays obviously got a whole country, which is kind of unfair. Kind of unfair. Got a whole country voting for one team, and you got 5 finalists. And now, mind you, I believe 4 of them will probably win. And I'll go through the list right now. Let's start with the catcher, Alejandro Kirk, decimating in numbers, but he's also worthy because he's leading our catchers in hits. So Alejandro Kirk of the Toronto Blue Jays is way ahead of Jose Trevino, and that it's absurd to me, even as a Yankee fan, that Jose Trevino is even mentioned. Solid catcher who's doing surprisingly good numbers for the Yankees should not be there. And I get it, big market team, but he shouldn't be there. Alejandro Kirk definitely is worthy of this nod. Let's go to first base. Another Blue Jay, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Ain't nobody beating him there. Deservedly so. You got Ty France, who's actually putting a very good season together. Gave him a little run for his money, but you will see tomorrow that Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Vlad Jr., as they say, will be your American League first baseman. He is up 66% to Ty Francis. I want to make sure that I don't miss anything here. So Ty France with 34%. Ty France, Seattle Mariners. Again, you got a whole country. It's unfair. I got it. You know, so Georgia got the whole country of Atlanta. The Blue Jays got the whole country of Canada to vote for your players. Here is where it takes a little, where it should be, but I don't. This is where I scratch my head again. At second base, Jose Altuve obviously is putting up MVP numbers. The former MVP is doing MVP things. Okay, and Santiago Espinal, really, good player, came out of nowhere, took over the job for Kevin Biggio. That's Craig Biggio's son, by the way, for those who don't know. Took over his job and still was able to get 44% of the votes. Altuve's at 56. I don't doubt that he'll just walk in tomorrow when they announce it at 2 p.m. He will be the American League second baseman starter, looking to make his 8th All-Star appearance, not consecutive. Santiago Espinal, he's up there with Adam Duvall. Come on, guys. Come on. This one should be a lot closer, way closer. This is where the small marker hurts you, and that's at third base. Rafael Devers leads from Boston, leads Jose Ramirez, who will always be top 5 MVP candidate, 59-41. I don't agree with it, even though Devers is having an amazing year. I'm not knocking that. This is not a Boston hater post or rambling, grinds my gear session, but it does, because Cleveland is a small market, even though it's a big market, but it's really not for baseball. That dog pound in Cleveland, as messy as they are in Cleveland, I'm not getting into football. That's a mess in itself. The Guardians extended Jose Ramirez to 4 years contract when the season started. He could have went anywhere else. I believe Jose Ramirez will be the Bradley Beal of baseball. If you don't know who Bradley Beal is, look him up. It is a basketball reference, by the way, and I'm not going to do basketball. But Jose Ramirez will be the Bradley Beal of baseball. That means stay in one team, don't necessarily win, make a hell lot of money. With that being said, Jose Ramirez did go to the World Series, though, when he lost to the Cubs. So I'll give him that. But if he can make all the money in the world, and I guess he's satisfied with that, let him be satisfied with that. Let's go over to shortstop, where neither one of these guys right now deserve it. Neither one, and it's not because of talent. For Tim Anderson, it's because he's been battling nagging injuries. He's been out a lot in the first half of the season. And Bo Bichette is an amazing glove. Above average hitter. Okay. But they both was in the All-Star game last year. So obviously this is the future of shortstops. You know, remember when we used to have Jeter, Garcia Power, A-Rod, Omar Vizquel, you know, as the top 4 in the American League in shortstops. That's all while Kyle Ripken was still there, mind you. We was talking about the future then. So put those five together, and the domination of shortstops in the past uh, blows out this what we got today. Tim Anderson, great player. He's not. I'm not. Again, I'm not crapping on these players. Please don't take that as I'm just crapping on these players. I am saying they're not all-star worthy starting. Okay, starters. It's that simple. I don't think they are. And mind you, my opinion matters because it's my show. I can do this all day, guys. I'm here, not necessarily all day, but you get me for a while. Now Aaron Judge is already in. That's one. We need two more outfielders. Who do we got? Trout, Stanton, Springer, and Gurriel. I don't think Gurriel should be in the conversation. And by his numbers, he will not be come 2 p.m. tomorrow. Leading the way, obviously, is Mike Trout. The world loves Mike Trout. No, my entire team will not be the Yankees. It will not. I don't think outside of Stanton and Judge that and the pitchers that we have all-star worthy caliber players. Rizzo's having a great year. Donaldson is above average. See, draw me in these Yankees conversations. I could do this all day. Thank you to my friends, my brothers, for this this glass. You too can have one. Just pay for it yourself, guys. Now, where was I? Outfielders. Leading the way, Mike Trout. The world, Major League Baseball loves Mike Trout. I love Mike Trout. And I'm not saying that because he's a fellow New Jerseyan. I'm from New Jersey, by the way, people, not New York. I want to throw that out there. I want to squash the controversy. I am a New Jerseyan, not a New Yorker. Okay, just want to throw that out there. I wear the New York for my Yankees. I don't wear the New York Knicks hats. I wear their colors and support my team. You know what? I don't have to defend myself. I am who I am. And the Yankees are who they are, which in the third outfielder right now, which is really close, Giancarlo Stanton at 22%. But pulling up is George Springer at 21%. He, too, is worthy of being an all-star. All these guys will be all-stars regardless. Okay? It just matters who's going to start. And we'll see where these numbers are. And I'm looking at them as these numbers are coming through now. So mind you, this show so far has been breaking news. I didn't intend for this to be the all-star show. But why not? We'll make it the all-star edition of Pride and Passion Baseball Talk. Let's have some fun, right? The all-star game will be played not next Tuesday, the following Tuesday. Somebody give me that date off the top of my head before I, the 19th, 18th, something like that, in LA. City of Angels? If it's not the Angels, I don't know. The Los Angeles Dodgers of Hollywood. All right, no, I'm not done. I'm not done. Sorry. How can I forget quite possibly the hardest one to judge? And this is not about Aaron Judge. I know where you guys' minds went. This is not about that. This is about the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani versus Jordan Alvarez, or because it's a Y, it might be Jordan. I don't know. Both of them MVP worthy seasons. I believe right now Jordan Alvarez will probably be second in the voting behind Aaron Judge. Don't forget, Shohei Ohtani is your reigning, defending American League MVP. So where are we at? You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong. Both of these guys will be in All-Star regardless. Most of these guys that I mentioned so far this past 30 minutes will be in. Not you, Adam Duvall. I'm not talking about you. You can go fishing or whatever you guys do in Atlanta. I heard Magic City is hiring for the week. Don't quote me on that. And those are your American and National League MLB All-Star Finalists. Reserves will probably be announced Sunday. Can my statistician look that up for me, please? I believe it will be Sunday. When does the Major League Baseball All-Star Reserves get announced? It'll probably be before Sunday Night Baseball. That's my gut feeling. Sunday Night Baseball is the Yankees and Red Sox, big game. They'll probably make the announcement prior to that. I'm usually not wrong, if ever. I'm gonna go with that. Um, let's continue about talking about playoffs. June, we were in July. Talking about June. You know what? So these are your Major League Baseball players of the month. Okay, for June. Okay, I want to give you numbers now. Since we started in the National League, let's continue to start in the National League. Kyle Schwarber. For the month, 12 home runs, 27 runs, 27 RBIs. All first place for the month of June. He might be the reason the Phillies are right now sitting in playoff contention. Bryce Harper is out due to injury. He got hit in his hand by Blake Snell. Blake Snell apologized. Bryce Harper accepted his apology. These are all facts now. These are during the game. While he was walking off the field, all that was said. How do you not know that? I can read lips. That happened. Okay? But Kyle Schwarber is your National League Player of the Month for June. Yordan Alvarez is your American League Player of the Month. And all he did was bat 418, 28 RBIs. OPS at 1.346. All he did was crush the ball all month. All he did was make sure that the Astros are comfortably ahead in the American League West by 14 games. All he did was ensure that even though that was a pitching series, the Yankees and Astros went neck and neck. They evened out a tough 1-2. Man, I don't want to see that in the playoffs. I'm hoping somebody knocks out the Astros. But yeah, these are your Major League Baseball players of the month for June. And I'm going to throw in here because we haven't done it before. I haven't done it before. These are your pitchers of the month for June. I didn't do that. I'm not apologizing to pitchers. Get over it. I usually just focus on the hitters. But I posted this for Sandy Alcantara, who is in line to start for your National League All-Stars. This is a Major League Baseball All-Star edition. So I had to put that out, put that in there. He is leading the National League in strikeouts, and I want to make sure I get this right, and victories, even though the Marlins is not really contending. But Alcantara is, man, a stud. I want to make sure I get this right. Leading in innings pitched, he 10 in a row, 7 innings or more, which is insane to me. 2 complete games. Nobody else has more than 1. So I just want to throw that out there. This guy, what he is doing for a team that is not really contending, and the Marlins is not going to trade this kid. They're not. They're going to build around him. And I could be wrong. I could wake up one day and he playing for the Yankees. It wouldn't surprise me. But if I am the Marlins, with Derek Jeter no longer at the helm, for those of you wondering, I would build around this kid. I would build around Jorge Soler. I would build around Jazz Chisholm Jr. I would build around Sixto Sanchez. These guys are young kids who are playing ball in Miami. Miami got a bunch of talent. Jesus Aguilar. These guys got a bunch of talent out in Miami, and they're doing the thing. They're darn thing, as they say. You know, I try not to curse here unless I get ahead of myself. So yeah, let's jump over to weekly. I'm trying to focus on players. I don't want to get caught up in teams, because I get caught up in teams, going to be Yankees and everybody else. And I thought I had that here, but I guess not. Players of the week. No, I don't have that slide. Okay. The players of the week last week were Rhys Hoskins of the Phillies. 4 home runs, 5 RBIs. He walked 14 times, so his on-base percentage was through the roof. And Julio Rodriguez of the Seattle Mariners, which I'm gonna get to him in my story time. But he was your America League at 21 years old. America League Player of the Week. Those are you guys. Um, you know what? We're mid-season. We're almost at mid-July, right? And let's go to the National League. We go to Star National League. This is where your team stands in the playoffs. And I'm gonna let y'all look this over as I go through it really quickly. Trying to get my notes together here. Trying to make sure I don't miss any comments. I think me and Moore are the only ones having a conversation in the public world, which I do appreciate you. Love you, brother. Again, share. And I'm not talking just you, Fleck. I'm talking to everybody who eventually shares, watches it later. I got a few that tell me they watch it later, which is great. That's great. I know we have lives. I got about 18 kids eating pizza right now. They're all sharing one slice. I promise you, that's all I can afford. That's why I do this show. It's either this or stripping, but I'm gonna catch myself. I'm gonna do what I do best. And no, it's not stripping, it's talk about baseball. Okay. Your best team right now is the Los Angeles Dodgers. So the Dodgers, if the season ended today, the playoffs will go through LA. Not surprising. That's how it's been the last few years, right? I know Jimmy's right now being happy, doing his little Los Angeles, New Orleans dance combination. But the Dodgers are in trouble. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The Dodgers are in trouble. They had a mediocre June, a slightly above average June, 14-12. The only reason they're not in second place because the Padres for some reason can't beat them. For some reason the Padres cannot beat the Dodgers. That sounds like a personal issue in San Diego. I don't know what's going on with San Diegoans, San Diegans. I don't. Maybe I got to watch Ron Burgundy again, see what he called them. But I will not say go. You know what, San Diego? I love you guys. Been there. Beautiful city, beautiful park. Petco. Maybe one day I'll return. Maybe not. I don't know. But I would worry if I'm the Dodgers as they're battling it out, being mediocre, bunch of injuries. They just lost Chris Taylor, foot fracture. That just happened. You get one player back, you lose another one. So that kind of that sucks, right? On top of that, your bullpen is depleted, losing Hudson, Trennan, Dustin May, Walker Buehler is hurt. He's a starter, not a reliever. I get that. So the Dodgers right now are walking wounded. They're the walking dead. And they can't afford to keep slipping when you got the likes of the Giants and Padres snipping at your heels. So, am I watching another home run for the Yankees? Oh, off the wall. Nope, missed that one. Aaron Hicks double. Just saw that one live, people. So, with that being said, the Dodgers are going to have to battle, which is going to make them very active in the trade deadline. August 2nd. Mentioned that already. We're less than a month with the trade deadline. Remember, it got pushed a week because the season got pushed 2 weeks. So be mindful of that. But the Dodgers still hitting it, plus 144 in the run differential. So they'll be all right. They're going to be all right. The team to watch for me is the Philadelphia Phillies. Okay? I called at the beginning of the season. They're going to create some chaos. They got a lot of hitting. They need some pitching, obviously. But they're getting hot at the right time. They're warming up. They're so good right now that the season ended, the Cardinals will be out. So that makes that two-team race. The Cardinals and Brewers, very essential. They're 3 games apart from each other. But you don't want to be the team that wins the division is in, second place is out. So that's tough. The Braves were hot for a while. Then they sputtered. They didn't stutter. They sputtered, and that's okay. You're not gonna win 14 in a row or however it was, 17, 15 and a half, 16. I'm pretty sure Fleck will put the number in 3, 2, 1. Come on, that was your cue to put the how many they won in a row there. Yeah, but guess what? The Mets just got Scherzer back. All he did in the first start back in months was throw 6 innings, only give up 2 runs, 2 hits. Sorry, no runs. and struck out 11. Rumor has it, and it's not a rumor. Oh, Big Rob with the 14. See, I gave y'all credit with the 17, but that's okay. Y'all not gonna be that hot again. Who is? But the Braves are gonna be okay. The Braves are gonna be okay. Um, and I will get to them if I got time here. I'm gonna keep trying to move along. I got small notes here and there. Uh, DeGrom had a rehab start, so but he did face 5 batters and struck them all out. So, but that's not the big news when it came to Jacob DeGrom. Side note here: Jacob DeGrom, rumor has it he's going to opt out of his contract, and he's projected to going to Atlanta. Atlanta's projected to be the favorite in landing Jacob DeGrom, I should say. That's crazy, right? They're gonna have to throw a lot of money. But imagine a two-headed dragon of Jacob DeGrom and Max Fried. That's insane to me. Well, I said the same thing when we talking about DeGrom and Scherzer. So, which we have yet to see. But imagine going forward, DeGrom only has to pitch a half a season. The Mets are probably going to be unbeatable going forward. So that is going to be. Ian Anderson is struggling. He's not balling. Okay, stop it, Adam Duvall. Come on, man. And that is your National League. You know, the Padres, I believe, will be there. Rumor has it Tatis is coming back as a center fielder. That's going around in the Major League Baseball circles. How do you know? Because I'm part of the circle of trust, as De Niro used to say in what's the movie? Meet the Parents. Yeah, there we go. Come on, I'm done talking Braves. I'm done talking Braves. Stop it. Okay, stop it. The Cardinals are gonna be okay. The Cardinals need help though. The Cardinals need help. The Cardinals need to do something because I made a note here. They got 10 rookies on a 26-man roster. 10 rookies. That's not good. That's not good. So the Cardinals, if they don't want to get left behind, they better be active in that trade deadline. And these are your National League playoff standings as stands right now. If you don't see your team there, then they're not battling for a playoff spot. They're battling for the Major League Baseball draft, which I believe is next week or the week after. It's coming up really soon. Really soon, okay? I gave you a lot of Braves today. Today's been Braves dominant. I think I'm breaking into highs. I'm allergic, okay? So my statistician, can you look up when the Major League Baseball draft is? I believe it's usually the same week as the All-Star game, I think. Okay, I think everything got pushed back this year. So check on that for me. Let's move on to the American League. These are your American League playoffs. Your playoff standings as of close of business yesterday. I know the Astros, July 17th through July 19th. Yes, the playoff week. All-Star week. See, even when I don't think I'm right, I'm right. Look at that. That's the Major League Baseball draft, by the way. Obviously, on top, the Yankees coming off their 2-touchdown, two-point conversion victory over the Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday. 16-0. That's bad. Why are the Yankees so good? I don't have time to answer that. I don't. But they are comfortably ahead in the American League East. The intriguing and the only really matchup you got to look forward to here is does Minnesota hold off on the Guardians or the White Sox? I don't know. I told a friend earlier, we was actually talking baseball. People do talk baseball at lunch with their regular friends. I'm a regular guy. I believe Tony La Russa should be fired. I'm not advocating for somebody to lose their job, but see what happened when Phillies fired Joe Girardi? They went on a roll. I believe the White Sox will do the same. All the guys are coming back. Eloy Jimenez just came back yesterday for the first time in a long time. Tim Anderson battling injuries. He's healthy this week. We'll see how that goes. They just got Lance Lynn back about 2 weeks ago. The White Sox are getting healthier, and I believe they need new management. I believe they need a new direction. I believe if Tony La Russa gets fired, that that'll propel the White Sox into contention. They're not far away. 4.5 games of wild card is not bad. I get it. But they can still win a division better than they can win the wild card. I do believe that the wild card will be the AL American League East teams, Red Sox, Blue Jays, Rays, or a combination thereof. They're all tied or half a game from each other, which is insane. That is insane. No drama. There's no drama in the American League right now because it's just Yankees and Astros being dominant. It's unfair. It's not fun. If you're not a fan of those teams, I am, so it's fun. But it's like watching. God, I was about to give a football metaphor, but I stopped myself, so forgive me. So we're going to move on. These are your playoff standing. I like the Seattle Mariners at 4 games. I believe they make a move. The Guardians have been steady. Tampa Bay has been up and down. They just got hot last week when they beat the series against the Red Sox, which is huge. And real quickly, I only got a little bit of time left. I'm going to go into your power rankings. Our power rankings? Your power rankings? I don't know. It's not my power rankings. Okay? So don't get mad at me. But being on top, obviously, we got the Yankees. Number 1 in run score, number 1 in home runs, number 2 now in ERA. I believe number 1 goes to the Dodgers. So, yeah. About that. So, me personally, I like to look into the future, see where my teams project. It's going to be hard for the Yankees to maintain the top spot. They'll probably get win number 60 today against the Red Sox. Sucks. I can't even say it. I'm bilingual and I can't say red and Sox in the same sentence. So forgive me. But Astros have the easiest schedule the rest of the season. I said in the same sentence. That was like, and yeah, no. You know what I'm talking about. The hardest schedule is the team from Boston. Okay, the team from Boston has the hardest schedule. Yay! But I still think they have enough talent to make the playoffs. Chris Sale, if he's done breaking minor league locker rooms, how idiotic and immature is that? He didn't do too bad. He's supposed to be coming back. But let's stay. Okay, we got it. Yankees. Cool. Astros, number 2, Verlander, 11-3, 2.03 ERA. And a name that you might have heard these last couple of seasons, but it's finally coming into his own, is Framber Valdez, 8-3, 2.67. They too have a two-headed monster. Out in Houston. Yes, it's easy when you're playing the likes of the Texas Rangers, the Anaheim Angels, the Oakland A's, who is the worst team in the Major League, and the Seattle Mariners. Division is just way too easy. So they'll just waltz in. It's just a matter, can they catch the Yankees for that first spot? I'm going to move on to number 3. I already mentioned everything about the Dodgers, plus 144 run differential. Mookie Betts just came back. Breaking news. He did not have the game-winning hit yesterday. He has yet to have a game-winning hit with the Dodgers. Yesterday got turned into a game-winning fielder's choice. I can't make this up. So Mookie Betts has yet to have a game-winning hit which is a walk-off, obviously, for the Dodgers. We already talked about the Mets. They're at 4. The Padres are intriguing at 5. If they can find a way to beat the freaking Dodgers, they'll be a lot better. But they can't. I don't know why. I don't ask those questions. But imagine Fernando Tatis playing center field. Get his bat back after the All-Star break. The Padres should be something special. Sitting at number 6 is that team from Atlanta. Again, do I have to say something? What did I miss? What did I miss? Max Fried, 2 runs or less, 8 of his last 9 starts. Amazing. Max Fried is pretty much single-handedly showing. He threw me off there. I was gonna say he's showing Atlanta some love, but he single-handedly is the reason why the Braves are still competing. Yes, I get it. They're batting. Their bullpen has been amazing as well, outside of Luke Jackson. I don't know. I don't even know how Luke Jackson is doing. I'm just used to hating on Luke Jackson. I just thought I figured hate on Luke Jackson. But we're going to move on to number 7, the Boston Red Sox. They struggled a couple of series. They lost a series against the Cubs, lost a series against the Blue Jays, and they're playing the Yankees and losing again tonight. If somehow the Yankees can win 3 out of 4, that will give me huge bragging rights over the likes of Manny Payola, David Leroy Harding, Nico Sosa, Rod Thompson. These are Red Sox fans that I personally know. Dan Mackin. I can do this all day. Why do I have so many Red Sox fans as friends? Jeez, what is going on? Gosh. Oh, because I've been carrying them for all these years, being a Yankees fan. Never mind, I'll let that go. Rounding it out, the bottom 3, Brewers, Blue Jays, Cardinals. Brewers are getting hot at the right time. They just got their ace, one of their aces, Brandon Woodruff, back. Returned from the injured list. His last 2 starts, which happened to be last week. First start, 5-inning pitch, 2 hits, 1 earned runs, 10K. He followed it up with 6-inning pitch, 6 hits, 0 earned runs, and 8 Ks. That's crazy, right? That's if they can continue to do that, the Cardinals are in trouble. The Blue Jays has 6 finalists for the All-Star game. I already mentioned that. They have an easy schedule going to the All-Star break, so hopefully they can pass the Boston Red Sox into the wild card standings. They play the Mariners, I'm going to say the Eagles, the Phillies, and the Kansas City Royals. Did y'all know that Kansas City used to be the Kansas City Phillies? Yep, look that up. The Cardinals should not be there. So, but guess what? The power rankings started as of last week. So, in your face, Atlanta Brave fan. I just want to stop saying Atlanta. I'll be in Atlanta at the end of the month, by the way. I might catch a game. Who knows? Yeah. And those are your power rankings. How much time I got? 6 minutes. It might take me 6 minutes to get through this story. Earlier, I mentioned Julio Rodriguez. He's the fastest player in Major League Baseball history to get 15 home runs and 20 stolen bases, 81 games. How does that fit in my story? The time is July 6th. Pure coincidence. 1987. 87. I was coming back from Puerto Rico. I remember being in Puerto Rico in 1986 World Series when the Boston Red Sox choked that one to the Mets. I was back in Newark, New Jersey, probably recovering from the blasting heat of Coney Island, New York, Brooklyn, by the way. For those of you that don't know, before the hot dog eating contest was on ESPN, I was there. I was also a judge, by the way. Look it up. I was a judge 3 years ago. I just want to throw that in there. Cheap plug. Hot dog eating contest. I was there. If you don't know that, follow me on the Twitter, on the Instagram, and on the Facebook. But my story is not about what kind of is about Julio Rodriguez. Him being again. I'm trying to maintain focus here. And my story has nothing to do with the Atlanta Braves. Last time I mentioned them. Just want to throw that out there. Fastest player, Major League history, 15 home runs and 20 stolen bases, 81 games. Who did he pass? He passed a man called Ellis Burks. Solid player, by the way. 1986, July 6th, as I said, Ellis Burks hit his 15th home run, 20 stolen base in 82 2 games in that season. He ended up with a great. I'm gonna be all over the place when it comes to this story, but I'll bring it all together. Ellis Burks in 1987 had 152 hits, 30 doubles, 20 home runs, 59 RBI, excuse me, and batted 272. Great year for a rookie, but he did not win the Rookie of the Year. I will pause, let y'all answer that question. Who won the Rookie of the Year? American League in 1987. I'm going to pause. Those numbers are important because Julio Rodriguez projected to get, and I wrote it down somewhere over the rainbow. There it is. 30 home runs and 41 stolen bases this year. So, only 43 players have ever attained 30-30. It's a rare feat, but not as rare as you think. There was just a large gap of players who didn't do it. Last year, Cedric Mullins did it. I gave him a little homage earlier when I say he should be an all-star in Baltimore. Last year, he was the last player who had 30-30. But the list has Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, Sammy Sosa. The list goes on. 43 players. Okay, 43 players have reached 30-30. 1987 was a big year. Okay, you are absolutely right, Big Rob. It was Mark McGwire. Mark McGwire that season. Where I wrote it down somewhere, right? Or did I? I probably forgot. Either way, he had what 500-600 home runs. I'm trying to make sure. Yeah. Well, that season he had 49 home runs, 118 RBIs. I remember that much. That led him to be the Rookie of the Year for American League in Oakland. Okay. So, yes, that was a great guess. It was Mark McGwire. He finished with 583 home runs. That I did write down. I found it. Mark McGwire did. Julio Rodriguez is not going to match Mark McGwire in power. Okay. And Mark McGwire was not 40-40. I'm just trying to bring 1987 into perspective. The World Series had a lot of firsts. Okay. It was the first time that the World Series was ever played indoors. I'll give you brownie points, Big Rob, if you can mention what team or what city played in that World Series indoors. It was the first time that the home team never had to hit in the bottom of the ninth, which means, again, the first time that the home team won every game of the World Series. That World Series went to 7 games. It was not Toronto. Toronto was 92 and 93. We're in 1987. Yes, bottom of the ninth was never played, which it's great. Which never went to the last at bat. The home team dominated the whole season, the whole series. Unlike the Houston Astros and the Washington Nationals, were the away team. I believe that was the first time that the away team won every game of a series. Yes, the Minnesota Twins. It was the Minnesota Twins. Frank Viola was the MVP, by the way. I didn't have that written down. I just remembered that. Quite possibly one of the boringest World Series of all time. The Cardinals had, the Twins had like a horrible record, 83 and something, I believe. 80 and 60 or something like that along those lines. And they won the World Series that year. They got hot at the right time. So that's 1987. And I'm wrapping it up. I was a little boy in Newark, New Jersey, 1987. I wish I was 21 years old like Julio Rodriguez, who is quite possibly the runaway favorite to win the American League Rookie of the Year. Jeremy Pena of the Astros is doing his thing as well. But I don't think they'll touch Julio. Yeah. I like watching them play. I like the highlights. I don't really watch the Seattle Mariners play live. Baseball usually late at night. Again, Cedric Mullins was the last 30-30. Julio Rodriguez should make 30-30 this year. So as you can see, Yankees and Red Sox are on 4-game series. I think it's a bigger series for the Red Sox than it is the Yankees. So be mindful of that. So from 1987 till today, 2022. Try to bring everything back together. You never know. I'm a little boy. I was 7. 8 years old, 7 years old, 7 years old, watching baseball. I watched it. I was watching. I don't think I watched Ellis Burks do it, but I watched that World Series. I did. 1987. The Cardinals and the Twins played in that World Series. Um, yeah, no, see, I was going to mention the other team that the Twins played in 1991, but I'm not going to do that. You already know who it is. I'm not going to say it. I can keep going. And fun facts, that's what we do here, Pride and Passion Baseball Talk. We try to have fun. We try to talk baseball, try to make baseball fun. Remember, there is no crying in baseball. Please, let's not cry. Let's do this together. Share today's show. Share tomorrow's show, the All Sports Matters podcast. If you're not a member of the All Sports Matters Facebook group, join that as well. We're just trying to do what we love, and that's talk sports, talk baseball. I appreciate you guys for watching. I will see you guys next week. That is my show.
1 out in the ninth, 6-5 Philadelphia. Stottlemyre and Castillo throwing in case of extra innings. Fastball is hit to left field, down the line, in the corner, home run! Joe Carter hits the 2-1 pitch over the left field wall. And the Toronto Blue Jays come back with 3 in the bottom of ninth inning to become the world's champions yet again.